Before I starting to coat screws, there's a few things I'm looking for. One is I'm going to run my knife along the screws, and you can see, you hear a click if the screw's too far out. I'm going to take a moment to set that screw back because it's sticking out. Now it's back. Now it's ready to fill. This one's perfect. It's just behind. This one here, you can see it's gone in behind, it's behind the paper. That screw has to come right out. You can't leave that screw in there and just coat over it. It needs to come out. If you just leave it in there, you'll get a pop. You'll notice on your walls, you'll see the mud's loose, or you'll see a swell around the screw. It's because the screw is popped and you press on the board, the screw doesn't move, the board moves and pushes out the mud a bit. So you want to take that screw out. When I'm spotting them, I do not do traditionally what you see all the time, runs up like this. Those runs, nail runs, when people do them, and you look down the wall and you see all those runs in the wall, it's because when you do a run and you sand it, you have 3 different types of textures going on. This is one type of smoothness. Right inside where your mud is smoother than the board itself. And then around the edge is a little bit roughed up. So you have smooth, rough, smoother, rough. So you got 3 different variances. So it makes that run just stand right out when you look down the wall. So I like to coat my screws like that. They don't have to be any bigger than a quarter. And it's the one thing that you coat that doesn't require that you cover the mud from the previous coat to do it. The nails, that's not necessary. When you coat them again, if it doesn't cover all the mud that was there before, that's okay. Whereas if you're coating a flat, your bead, a joint, a butt joint, every coat you want the next coat to overlap it, so you don't get what they call a layering effect. This is too small of an area for that to show up, so my emphasis is to just keep it small, so that when it's sanded, you look down the wall, you do not see those nail runs. And this sands faster than your run. In the end, this is just as quick as a run is, because the sanding is just zip with a sponge, just a second over it, it's sanded. Whereas when you do a run, you gotta scrub it a bit to get it all sanded out.